Hi, welcome to the Forks Drum Closet podcast. I'm James.
I'm Marshall.
And you can find us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter.
You can find us on Google, Yelp, and Tumblr.
We are on Yelp. Also, you can check us out at our website, forksdrumcloset.com.
Forks Drum Closet was founded by the OG, Gary Forkum, and has been here since 1982, catering to the seasoned professionals as well as the beginner kids out there.
And we are located at 308 Chestnut Street currently. We moved from our 12th Avenue South location almost 2 years ago at this point, but now we're just south of downtown here in Music City, Nashville, Tennessee. Also wanted to let everyone know that even though our shop doors are currently closed to the public, we are offering a curbside pickup Mondays and Thursdays from 11 to 2.
That's right. We're still shipping orders. We're still answering emails and questions in our Reverb account as well as our website and sales at forksdrumcloset.com.
And we just wanted to take a moment to, hope everyone is doing their part, everyone's staying safe. And we just want to say, thank you to everyone for all your uplifting messages. I'm seeing a lot of stuff on social media these days that's really, really positive, and I really enjoy that. There can be a lot of negativity out there, but I like how positive it's gone.
Social distancing doesn't mean we have to distance socially. So tag us in your paradiddle reports and, your flam drag updates, all that cool stuff. We like to stay connected, so.
Well said. Well said. This is a wild time to be living in.
That it is.
It's just really reassuring when I see bands and artists doing live streams, doing Q&As, or, people starting podcasts, much like we're doing right now. Mm-hmm. And it's really cool to see everybody really connect with their audiences.
If you are doing any live streams, let us know.
Please.
Because I know that's kind of the norm as far as just playing shows now. You can't go out like you used to.
It seems like, it used to be in times of crisis, you could get together, you could go see shows, you could see a concert, you could see a play, you could get together with your friends just in general. And we can't even do that right now. So thank you to everyone doing live streams and putting some media out there.
Keep crushing it.
Crush it. Yeah, we're just here to talk shop with you guys. Anything you guys want to talk about, whether it's drums, whether it's cymbals, whether it's non-drum related at all. Like, hit us up, send us an email, podcast@forksdrumcloset.com.
Corner Music, thank you so much for hooking up these microphones. These are awesome. Joel, Cody, I see you.
We see you. All right, we're just going to jump right in here with a few messages from our local folks. Marshall, you want to take this one away?
Yeah, this comes from my very good friend, Steve Eby.
Steve. Eby.
He's been teaching for like 26 years, 25 years.
It's closer to 30 years now. He started in Memphis Drum Shop in 86, moved to Nashville in 92. He's currently one of 4 teachers here at the shop who gives lessons, and I think he started teaching at Forks in 96. What a sweet man.
He is a marathon runner in the drum world,
He is. I mean, he's done session work and played in bands. He's currently playing Guilty Pleasures right now. I don't think they're playing any shows right now.
I've seen them.
As have I.
They're great.
At Third and Lindsley. Mm-hmm. You were at that show?
Yeah. They play a lot.
They do play a lot.
I probably see them on a different time. And if I was there and you didn't say what's up, then that's on you.
What's Steve have to say?
Steve says, I hope you guys are doing well. Hope you guys are safe and sound. I've been teaching online lessons through Zoom, Skype, and FaceTime since March 18th. It's going really well. While I did lose one of my regular students, I gained 3 more. So that's pretty cool. Maybe you could do an online lesson necessities segment and include a list of regular things students aren't equipped with or what they might need. So
it looks like he's included that list. Thanks, Steve. This is looking at it, it's a great starter kit for any beginners out there and stuff that I think regular professional drummers should use.
Oh, yeah.
The first one is a music stand, for sure.
Got one.
Practice pad, no question.
Check.
Should have been the first thing you got, in my opinion. 3, a metronome. Now, this is a little different for today's drummers. Everybody's got a smartphone. I mean, I've got a metronome app on my phone. I use it all the time. But at the same time, you don't always have your phone on you. So having a physical metronome, like a Dr. Beat or something like that, having a physical metronome is beneficial.
There's something special about a physical metronome. It does one thing. It does keeps you in time.
Exactly. You don't get messages on it. You don't get alerts on it. None of that stuff. I mean, the old school session guys, some guys still do take their own Met to a session. And that's what they play on. Before there were DAW playback, before Logic or anything like that,
I do that.
You take your own Met, exactly. And plus, I'd rather sit outside and practice to a Met, a real Met.
Agreed.
Less distracting. Number 4, isolation headphones, a must for recording and practicing.
And just listening to music.
I mean, we're literally wearing the Vic Firth isolation headphones right now. And number 5, he's got a drum rug on there. Now, I cannot express the importance of a drum rug, dude.
You love a good drum rug.
I love a good rug, man. There's no worse feeling than when your drums are just sliding everywhere while you're playing. If that's one thing you can do to improve your playing, why not do it?
Yeah, don't use your mom's front doormat. Go out, get a real rug. It's worth it.
It's worth it.
It's $30.
$30. You go to Home Depot, you get a dope rug.
Yeah.
Unless you want, we have brand specific rugs here and drummers rugs that have that little block in front. But I mean, I got one at Home Depot and it's great for the road.
Dope rug.
These are things I think all drummers should have on hand, not just beginners. But Steve, we appreciate you including a list of things that you think guys need and things that you see that your students don't need. We really appreciate that, man. What do we have next?
Okay. This next question comes from Killian Terez on Instagram. He writes, "Why is it so hard to find that purple Omar Hakim snare?" Killian, I might have some answers for you.
If
James can answer them.
That 6.5x14, 1mm steel, Omar Hakim snare. Yeah, he released that with Pearl as his 30th anniversary drum. He's been with Pearl for 30 years. He just did a Zildjian live session as well.
I saw that.
I think he played his new signature on that because he's got a different one now.
Okay.
But they stopped making that one. The last one I saw on a store shelf was 2016. I think we've had a used one in here in the last few months, but hard to come by. But I did print out some facts on that snare drum if you'd like to hear. A bunch of $5 words in there. Like I said, 6.5x14, 1mm steel. It says they used a physical vapor deposition that adds a unique layer of titanium nitride to the exterior, transforming the shell material to a harder surface and giving it a shifting, iridescent purple hue.
It means it looks cool.
It looks really dope. Do yourself a favor, give it a Google.
Give it a Google. If you have one, play it. That drum needs to be played.
But back to the question at hand. It is tough to find, snare drums they don't make anymore. Really, once they're off the store shelves, you can't find them anywhere unless, a consumer is willing to sell one because they're all in the hands of the consumers at that point. So it can be really difficult to find,
discontinued drums in general.
Vintage drums, newer drums that are discontinued, it's tough. Try and find a black Lars Ulrich 6.5x14 Tama. You just can't find them anywhere because nobody wants to sell them.
Right.
I hope that answered your question, Killian. Marshall, is there a drum that you've always searched for that you couldn't find? Or
I like to think that the drum finds you. But if I had to pick one that I couldn't find, man, a transition badge Superphonic 6.5x14.
6.5. 8 lug?
Oh yeah. Oh my gosh.
I can already smell it.
I can smell the dust.
Finding one's in good shape though are
sure.
the biggest thing because you can find them and they're in terrible shape. But
and that again, that's not a drum that's impossible to find. It's just you gotta constantly be looking for it, every day. And they're out there. That some dudes know what they're worth though.
They definitely do.
And
it's like 20s Black Beauties, man.
Right.
They know what they're worth.
I ain't playing shows right now, so.
Who's playing shows right now?
Okay. If you could have any drum right now, someone said, I got it, just take it.
Man. I probably wouldn't have the cash for it, but a 6.5.
He's giving it to you, or she.
Oh, gosh. 6.5x14 Brady Jara block. I take one of those. You can't find them anywhere for less than $2,000. But if I had to pick a close second, it'd be probably one of like the first edition Manukaches from Yamaha. 6.5x14, seamless.
Now that's a drum you can find.
Seamless.
Mm-hmm.
Black nickel over brass shell.
Oh, seamless.
Aluminum die cast, my guy.
Yeah, those aluminum die casts, I swear.
Dude.
Everyone needs a pair.
You should put them on every drum you have.
Mm.
It just changes the drum.
Makes
completely.
your drum lighter too.
Speaking of light, that Yamaha Recording Custom aluminum they have now has the aluminum die cast on it.
Mm-hmm.
That's the lightest drum I've ever picked up. I mean, acrylites are like light.
Super light.
That drum is super light.
Killer. Tyler Powell from North Carolina sent us a message on the gram. He says, can you guys talk about the history of vintage drum companies? Slingerland, Rogers, why they went under, that kind of thing.
It's a big can of worms to open up on this first episode, but it segues nicely into my next bullet point.
you got to keep those bullets pointed.
You got to point me to those bullets, mate.
You got to not point those bullets at me. Ferda.
But we're going to be doing this episodically. So any topics you have to discuss that you want us to discuss, we're going to try and group them into themes, whether it be like a gear review episode or a drum repair episode, a vintage drum episode, staff interviews, that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm. And just for some vintage drum talk, Steve Maxwell just did 2 videos that were aimed at the Rogers drum company and just Rogers drums in general.
That they were.
He played a couple of kits. I think he played at Brooklyn, but he was mentioning just the style and things like that as well.
Steve, shout out to Steve.
Steve, thank you.
What a jazzy guy.
Very jazzy, very Gene Krupa vibe I get from his playing.
Definitely. And really just a sweet guy and real generous. He's really treated everyone here at the shop with love and respect, and we couldn't appreciate you more, Steve.
If you get a second, go check them out, maxwelldrums.com, and then their YouTube is Steve Maxwell Drums.
If you're looking for the hookup for some vintage drums, that's the way to go. He's got some crazy killer vintage stuff out there. It's wild. He's got like a whole museum, like showroom. A lot of the videos he does on the kits, you can find them on his website.
Look up that hookup, you know what I mean?
Look up that hookup.
Steve, we appreciate you. Thank you.
And we appreciate all of our viewers watching and or listening. We really want to make this a regular thing and see what happens. Much like working for a small business, a podcast or anything that you're putting out there in the media is only as good as the people listening to it. So we really appreciate anybody out there with us. And we couldn't do it without you guys. So thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Again, stay connected with us. Hit us up. We're really nice guys, I promise. We'll answer all your questions. So.
Again, I'm James.
I'm Marshall.
And this has been the Forks Drum Closet Podcast. Before we leave you, we just want to do a quick shout out to one of our local breweries here. We picked up some Southern Grist on the way in today.
Mixed greens.
We're looking at a 6.2 there, I think, my man.
I had some spinach on my eggs this morning.
Get one of these in the mics, yo. Get one of these.
There's something pleasant to the ear drum about cracking open a beer in a microphone.
There definitely is.
Ooch, ouch, ooch, ouch. Watch me spill this beer for the first time on camera. It's so it looks like a milkshake.
Thank you.
Cheers.